Hey guys, I hope you're all having a great weekend. Today I am coming at you with partially wet hair and I am sitting down getting ready to put on some makeup, and I thought we could have a little chit chat, get ready with me. I have some things I've been thinking about for my channel that I wanted to get your input on, and I figured this style of video would be a good place to chat about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started, and if there's any makeup products that I don't mention, since this is mostly going to be a really chatty video, I will leave everything I'm using linked down below in the description box. As always, if you shop through any of those links, I do receive a small commission, so thank you in advance for helping my channel out. But first I'm going to go in with my Urban Decay Stay Naked Hydromaniac foundation. This is my Project Pan foundation, and I've been enjoying this a lot. It's a solid foundation. Also, speaking of Urban Decay, one of you lovely subscribers, Joan, messaged me on Instagram to let me know that the Urban Decay Stay Naked Concealer was on sale for $15 at Sephora. And I had the, if you remember, I had the mini of that previously and used it up earlier this year. Loved it. And so I went ahead and purchased the full size. I'm really excited to have that concealer back in my collection because it is a good one. So what I wanted to chat about today is something that I was kind of thinking about after I uploaded my Q3 spending summary. So every quarter, for the past couple of years, really, every 3 months, I share kind of like a spending check-in where I tell you everything that I bought over the past quarter, the past 3 months. First, it started out more as like a beauty budget that I had, where I had a strict budget that I was trying to stick to that year. I think in 2020, I had the goal of spending no more than $900, but I think that was makeup and skincare and body care. And after that, I loosened up my spending rules because I just didn't feel like I needed to have strict low buy rules in place. Truthfully, I've always been a pretty smart spender. I've never really had a shopping problem, but being in this beauty community and being a YouTuber, it's always been my goal to model like responsible spending on my channel. And so now I still like to share my spending with you just so that you can kind of get a peek behind the curtain and so that I can be transparent about, how much a YouTuber, but also a regular consumer at the same time, how I spend my money on makeup. And my goal always is for my videos all my videos, whether the video is about, new makeup that I've bought or makeup that I've received in PR or just any kind of review-based content or low-buy, Project Pan, shop my stash type content, all of my content, I always kind of try to keep in the back of my mind whenever I'm planning out videos and video topics, that really the number one ultimate goal of my channel is to encourage you to shop less and use what you have more. That's like always my number one goal and the kind of message that I want to get across in my videos. So, but also I just love makeup. So I also just want to share my joy with makeup. I think back to when I first started my channel, makeup has been such a huge source of joy and fun for me in my life ever since I started getting into it years ago. And so that's another big part of my channel. I just like talking about makeup. I like putting on makeup. I like talking about makeup tips and techniques. Unfortunately, like a lot of tutorial-based content just doesn't perform well on YouTube anymore, but I try to get creative and still incorporate tutorials and as many videos as I can using older products on my channel as I can while still being interesting and trying to get new people in the door clicking on my videos too. Essentially what I'm grappling with here and that I wanted to kind of poll you guys and ask for your input is trying to balance between reviewing new products and just trying out new products, not necessarily new releases, but just new makeup to my collection, and creating content that's only surrounding low buys, Project Pans, and using older makeup that I already have. I'm actually going to do something silly and put on my lipstick before I put on the rest of my makeup so that I can base my look around the lipstick, because I want to use my Urban Decay Vice Lip Bond in Once Strangers, which is a very deep brown color. This, if you saw my most recent everyday makeup drawer, I recently rolled this in to my current Shop My Stash rotation, so Yeah, I wanna challenge myself to use that today. So I'm going to first line my lips with the BK Beauty lip liner in Warm Spice just to kind of get an outline. But sometimes I feel like, or I worry that my content might get a little repetitive or redundant, and I might be hindering myself from bringing in more new subscribers by only doing the Project Pan and Shop My Stash and Low Buy and using what I already own content by buying so little new makeup for myself to share on my channel. And the thing is, sometimes, especially lately, I've been feeling like maybe I struggle to come up with like enough video ideas because I just kind of have my existing series, like my Shop My Stash and my Project Pan, my spending updates, and I've never not reviewed new products. Like, I do still incorporate some reviews into my channel as well, but I also have been buying relatively little makeup for a makeup YouTuber, I do want to make that distinction, for the past few years of my channel. And here's the thing, I love reviewing products. Like, I really do love getting into like the nitty-gritty details and giving you like an in-depth review on products. Like, one example of this is my yearly sunscreen roundups, where I try out 10 to 15 to 20 different sunscreens and like compare them all, rank them, share my detailed reviews on all of them. And I'm going to keep using this as an example because it's a good way to illustrate what I'm trying to get across here. So doing those sunscreen roundup videos does require me to collect more product than I, an individual trying to be a responsible consumer, feel comfortable having at one time. Like, having 15 different sunscreens at one time, that's an excessive number of sunscreens to have in one's possession. But the reason I do those videos is it's kind of coming from the angle of, I tried all these sunscreens so you don't have to, because I know how hard it can be to find a good mineral sunscreen that doesn't leave a white cast, that doesn't like just look terrible. So I like doing those videos because I also get so much joy out of trying sunscreens. I don't know what it is. I love testing out different sunscreens. I look forward to it every year. I love preparing for it. I love doing those videos, even though it does require me to have like way too many sunscreens for one person to ever like use up. But by providing those reviews, I feel like I'm helping you not have to go out and try all these awful mineral sunscreens before you do finally find a good one. So I feel like in the long run, I like to think that it's helping my viewers shop smarter and ultimately purchase fewer things because I tried them all for you and kind of gave you the rundown on all of them so that you don't have to go out and try 15 horrible mineral sunscreens before you find a good one. So that's where I think reviews can be really helpful, and they don't necessarily have to encourage irresponsible spending or over consumption. So that's what I've been kind of thinking about, is like, how do I want to incorporate reviews and new products into my channel moving forward? And essentially the question that I wanted to ask you guys is, would you like for me to start buying more stuff? And what I don't mean is that I'm going to just start going crazy and buying $1,000 worth of makeup every month and having a huge collection and turning into a review channel that's always encouraging you to shop, shop, shop. Like, that's not ever going to be, like, I would rather quit YouTube altogether than do that. Like, genuinely, it's just, it would feel so inauthentic for me. I understand that my channel being more of a slow consumption influencer, if you will, I know that my channel is probably going to grow more slowly. I mean, I shouldn't say I know it's going to grow more slowly, but I mean, the data shows us that it is harder to grow a channel by focusing on older makeup as much as I do. I know that. It's a fact of life. I can continue doing what I've been doing and continue buying very little new makeup. Recently, I've been buying a little bit more, but so far this year, I've spent a total of $415 on makeup, which for a regular person, that's probably a lot of money to spend. But for a YouTuber, that's a very small amount. So the idea that I have would be to maybe set a monthly budget, my products for YouTube purposes budget, that would allow me to try out just a little bit more new stuff from time to time. And of course that does mean my makeup collection would grow, but I would still keep a lot of the same kind of low buy principles in mind, and I would still strive to keep a curated collection, and I wouldn't be necessarily replacing any of my old content ideas with content focusing on new stuff, but it would be more of just like an add-on. Having more products that I'm trying out, and it would be a set amount. Like I wouldn't just be going crazy. Like I would probably have some kind of budget every month. Like I'm thinking something like $100 a month would be kind of like my allotted money that I take out of my business account and put that towards trying out some new stuff, just new things that catch my eye. Not even necessarily new releases, but things on the market that I think would add to my breadth of knowledge about what's out there. Like I'm never gonna be one to throw shade at YouTubers who do have a large collection, because first of all, there's an audience for that. People do like to watch YouTubers who've tried a lot of makeup, because those are the creators who have really a better understanding of what is out there. Like I think of people like, well, she used to go by Drugstore Maven, but now she goes by Taylor Margaret, but she reviews tons of drugstore makeup. She's your resident drugstore makeup expert. Like she's tried it all, so she can tell you what's really worth trying. And I think that's something really valuable, that she has tried all this makeup so that you don't have to, kind of thing. But I never hear her saying you should try to emulate this level of consumption as a viewer. So I do think that just the way that you present the information and the way that you influence your audience to shop is more important than just how much you as a creator yourself purchase and test out and review. See, so for me, I love reviewing products. It's the accumulation of too much stuff that makes me uncomfortable and that I don't want to promote. So I'm trying to find a balance for myself where I'm able to still create interesting content for you guys and promote what I want to promote on my channel, which is slow consumerism, I guess you would say. I'm not like anti-consumerism, but I just want to encourage smart spending and encourage people to use what you have. So there's that. And then there's also, of course, in order to keep my channel growing, I do need to reach new people. And I also need to keep my existing subscribers engaged. And something I've been wondering is, if I were to just maybe buy more, but not a ton more, you know, why is my eyebrow behaving so weirdly? Like, also, I need to turn up my lights. All right, turning up my lights real quick. That's better. It's like getting dark outside, so I just turned my lights up a little bit. I have this nifty little remote so I can change the brightness. I can change the temperature too. Do you want to see? Hang on. Ooh, I turned them off. This is what my videos would look like if I solely used natural light. I can change the temperature too. Like I can make it a lot warmer. Or I can make it a lot cooler. I like to keep it around right there. That's like the sweet spot. And I think, like, let's say if I, like, going back to the sunscreen example, but also I'm also talking about makeup here too when I talk about maybe buying a little bit more, but going back to the sunscreen idea, if I gave myself permission to purchase the sunscreens that are especially hyped up, for example, that people are wondering about, that increases my chances of getting more views on those sunscreen roundup videos. And I don't think I would start doing like big roundups of makeup the same way that I do with sunscreens, but I'm more just thinking that if I let myself buy a little bit more makeup, I would then be able to just have more of an understanding of what the current popular products are, and I'd be able to compare more products to one another. And I also think I would naturally just start to have more video ideas, because that's the other thing, like I think I was saying before, but maybe I got sidetracked, or going back to what I was saying before, keeping with the content that I've been doing, I do feel like, well, A, sometimes I struggle to come up with new video ideas, and B, sometimes I worry that maybe my content is getting a little bit repetitive, or it's not reaching new audiences. And so what I'm thinking is, if I were to give myself permission to buy a little bit more, I would then potentially be able to start uploading more. And so the idea is that any new ideas that I would get based around new makeup that I'm buying wouldn't be replacing any of my previous content that I've been doing, like low buy stuff or shop my stash, project pan, that kind of stuff. I wouldn't want to replace any of that with the new stuff. It would be more of like an add-on. Like this would allow me to maybe be able to upload more frequently. I also wonder if maybe people get bored seeing me talk about the same makeup over and over again. I do think that having a smaller collection, it also does lend a little bit more credibility to my recommendations sometimes, because I'm not going to have a brand new eyeshadow palette favorite every week. You're gonna see me have the same favorite all year long, because when I say something is a favorite, it really is a favorite. I'm not just going and trying to chase the next best thing and find something new to recommend so that I can make more commission off of your purchases. That's never my goal. So, okay, I gotta get moving on the eyeshadow here. What am I even doing? I think I'm gonna use my custom Lethal palette. I kind of want to do something crazy and use the Periwinkle. I don't know what I'm doing. Just bear with me here. And, you know, the other thing I want to make sure is clear is that if I were to start buying more makeup, I would never be coming from the angle of, you need to go out and try this, or you need to buy this. It would always be more coming from the angle of, I tried this so that you don't have to, and I'm helping you make the smartest purchase decisions for yourself. And I'd always still encourage you to not purchase unnecessary amounts of makeup. Also, you guys, random side note, but I really want to get into fall, the fall mood, the fall vibes, but it's supposed to be like 80 degrees here in Seattle tomorrow. I feel like Seattle has been getting a bit of an extended summer this year because I know we arrived here in July, but this year summer took forever to get here. The cold, rainy weather just would not go away this past spring. And so now I think what's happening is we're having like a late extended summer, which I'm not complaining, because I know, we'll have plenty of gloomy, chilly, dark days coming up. So I'm not complaining. Well, I guess I kind of am, but I'm so ready for the fall vibes, and why is it 80 degrees? I don't understand. So here's kind of my idea. I would probably set a monthly budget, and this is something that could change over time as maybe I start to earn more from my channel. Maybe the budget could go up, but I'm thinking right now it would probably be like $100 a month. And that way I would sort of feel like I have permission to then try some new stuff if things catch my eye. But then again, I might have some months where I'm just like, not really feeling trying anything new. But that budget would be there as kind of like an allowance to bring in new things that might interest you guys. And maybe I could even do some kind of poll at the beginning of the month asking you guys, like, what are the products that you're interested in seeing reviews on? That would be something that I could do so that I could make sure that I'm actually buying things that you're interested in seeing. But yeah, I don't know. I was just kind of thinking about this the other day and thought I would sit down and chat with you guys about it and see what you think. Because I was realizing, like, maybe some of you guys do get tired of hearing me talk about all the same old stuff all the time. I don't know. But maybe some people like seeing that only. So I'm really curious to see what you guys think in the comments of this video. Let me know what your thoughts are. But yeah, I'm just kind of thinking about the future of my channel, and ultimately the goal is always to keep my content as interesting as possible for you, while also doing things that I enjoy doing too. So, of course, with this kind of thing, like, I'm sure everyone's going to have different opinions, and, just keep in mind, I can't please everybody, but I do want to try to just gauge what the majority opinion is. So let me know. Let me know what you think. Oh, and just to give you an idea of like approximately what I'm spending on makeup per month currently, lately, it's been an average of like $30 to $85 a month is what I have been spending without having any kind of set budget. That's what I've been spending. So really not a lot. Like some months, especially earlier this year, I was hardly buying any new makeup because we were moving and I just didn't want to deal with any new stuff. But, now that we've moved and we're more settled in, I'm kind of just thinking about what you guys want to see. So I hope this all made sense. I do feel like I might have been a little scatterbrained, but what else is new? Also, I think there's an important distinction to make, even with the size collection that I have now, which is considered quite small for a YouTuber, but it's also for, you know, for somebody who's not that into makeup, I have a massive collection. So it's all relative. But even with the size collection I have now, I don't want to encourage you guys to emulate how much I own, unless that's just what you want to do. Some people are maximalists by nature. Some people just love love collecting things. And at the end of the day, you know, you do you, right? But I don't want to encourage people to try to emulate what I have, because everyone's spending is going to look different based on so many different factors. Also, even if I wasn't a YouTuber, even if I was like just some friend of yours that was into makeup and you're into makeup too, two friends who are makeup enthusiasts aren't going to have the same makeup budget, the same size makeup collection. Everyone's different. Everyone has different financial goals. Everyone has different you know, amounts of space in their home where they're able to store things. So all of that we need to keep in mind, and you got to do what is right for you. So I don't even think right now my channel reflects what an average non-YouTuber's consumption would look like. That's why I'm thinking like, well, what exactly do I want my consumption to look like, and how would I best structure that in a way that makes sense for me and my finances, and also in a way that still fits in with what I want to be promoting on my channel. But that's where I'm at right now, and that's just what I wanted to talk about today. Let me know if you have any other ideas also for like how I could structure this new budget if I end up doing this at all, you know? I would love to hear your thoughts down below. As always, I'm really hoping that this mascara just completely solves all my problems and pulls this entire look together. Okay, so there's that lip cleaned up. I'm just not used to seeing such a deep color on my lips, and it's hard to get it to look even. And also I kind of think like these lip-ons, the whole point is that they're supposed to be kind of like a shiny liquid lipstick. Like they're supposed to be glossy but also transfer proof. I don't think I ever actually gave a solid review on this, mainly because I didn't use it a whole lot back in the summer when I got it, but I don't think this is my favorite formula. It really isn't that long wearing compared to just a regular bullet lipstick. Like it does have good staying power, but similar to a matte liquid lipstick, it wears off in like a really stark line. So I'm just like, well, I would rather just wear a moisturizing bullet lipstick or even a matte bullet lipstick and have it just fade off more evenly rather than fading off in such a harsh line like that. But the color is fun. It's fun to play around with this color in the fall. Also, just a quick recap of what I used. I used Altitude, this periwinkle. I used this deep shade Imago for a winged liner, and then I went all over the lid with lithium. Those are all the shades I used from this palette, and then for my inner corner and lower lash line, I used the NYX Epic Wear Liner Stick in Rose Gold. And I did tightline as well on the top with the CoverGirl Perfect Point Plus pencil in Espresso. Ooh, you know what I do want to do? I'm going to top the eyeshadow with a little bit of the Flower Chrome Crush Pressed Pigment in Quartz, just because I think that'll add a little pizzazz to this eyeshadow. Oh yeah, that was a good choice. I cannot get over the texture of this. There we go. The easiest way to add a little glitter to your look. So much fun. Anyway, thanks for coming to my makeup playtime and hearing all of my thoughts. I hope that everything I said made sense, and I'm really looking forward to hearing your input. Like I said, I haven't really made a decision yet. I'm more just kind of thinking out loud here and trying to make sure that my loyal followers are on board, because I never want to just make a decision and not include you guys in it, because obviously like this channel would not be what it is if it weren't for you watching it. So thank you so much for spending some of your day watching my video. I hope you had fun. If you did, be sure to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I would love to see you back soon, and hopefully I will talk to you in my next video. Bye.